I don't tell people how to feel or how to think. Like, I'll never be like, you should boo this guy, you should not boo this guy. You decide what you feel.
You'll just drill it into our heads until we have no choice.
I know what I think. I know what I think and feel. So I understand when some people see this, Jayson Tatum hanging out.
Trigger warning. Trigger warning.
Kevin Durant.
By the way, shout out to our guy, Brett Hampton.
Yeah.
Okay, who's that?
Okay, cool. Shout out to him.
He took the photo.
Okay.
He's a fan of the show.
Thanks, Brett.
Oh, really?
What?
That's our guy, John.
I had no idea.
Yeah. Who's that? Come on. He's a guard.
What was he doing there?
Wait, am I supposed to know that too? What's up, Brett?
He takes photos of Tatum. He's the Celtics.
Oh, I know Brett. I know. I'm sorry. I didn't know he took that photo. I know him.
John, how many Breads do you know? Just wondering.
I forgot that's what he's called. He's one of the guys who works at the Garden. He came up.
He works for the Celtics. Yeah.
He introduced himself to me. He works for the Celtics. During one of the during one of the finals.
We should we should have him on the show right now, explaining the picture, the situation, all this stuff.
Yeah.
Anyway,
so
let's just.
Anyway, so that's out there right now. And this is out there right now.
Yeah, this one actually bothers me way more.
Can you explain that?
This one bothers me way more than the workout. Listen, guys work out all the time with other athletes. The timing of it is what is the part we'll get into. It's just very bad timing for this one. Yeah, let's just talk about this one first.
All right, let's talk about this one first.
Superstar athletes, regular athletes, they work out together all the time. They've got, there's definitely like some group text going on, or there's agents, there's guys, they all have the same shooting coaches and stuff like that. They're in the same area. There's a shoot around, there's a pickup, whatever. We've been seeing that for years and years and years. No problem at all. In fact, I'm totally fine with it. I just think with everything going on right now, it's just, I don't know. It's just like the optics. It's the optics. It's all about the optics. Jaylen Brown's in Boston doing his, charity and his camp and all that stuff. Jayson Tatum, I think, was at a wedding, so I'll let that slide. But the fact that he's shooting around with Durant in the middle of these rumors, I don't know. I just feel like it's the optics.
So here's the thing. You want to work? Go ahead, Sherrod.
Why is he shooting? Why don't we have any pictures of him shooting around with Jaylen? Anyone seen those at all?
Yeah, I mean that's one thing.
I think so.
Here's the thing, though, Jimmy. You're working under the assumption that Jayson Tatum really cares what other people think.
No,
it really doesn't matter. It really doesn't matter what we think. It's what he knows. If he knows that, I'm just shooting around with Kevin Durant, but there's no way in hell that Brad is going to carve out 40% of our scoring roster for the 33-year-old Kevin Durant and send him to our rival, a team that's going to be trying to kick our ass for years. I think Jayson Tatum is at a point where all the stuff that we're worried about, he ain't worried about because let's be honest, he knows more of what's happening on with that organization than we do. He does. And he's acting as if he does because if he were worried about the optics and things like that, he would have told Brett, don't take this picture. He would have told him and strictly instructed him, do not take this picture.
That's what confuses me. So the Celtics are in an interesting spot right now where their story has been the Nets are putting this rumor out there to boost the price. We haven't had serious discussions, as the Globe reported a day or two ago here. This is just Brooklyn.
Does that make sense to you, though?
This is Brooklyn using us. It makes sense as an explanation here. The problem is if that messaging's hitting you over the head and undermining your team and maybe making Jaylen feel uncomfortable here, I don't think the Celtics have done an effective enough job shutting down the rumor. Okay, you're not having serious conversations about Durant. So all of a sudden this picture's floating out of here, with all due respect to Brad, working for the Celtics, that picture's out here of Durant and Tatum showing, and it could be nothing. Like you said, guys work out all the time. This stuff happens. But that's being blasted out while every single day, the Garden Report, ESPN, the radio, everyone's talking about Durant to Boston. And boom, Tatum, Durant chilling on Instagram.
That's what I'm saying, optics.
What do you want to do? You're here saying that we're not talking about Durant. These aren't serious conversations. And then boom, Durant and Tatum.
Bobby, I've said this before. They're not going to talk about every rumor because that sets a bad precedent, because then they have to acknowledge it, because then in the event that they don't, that means that it's true. So you can't deny, because then you have to deny
All right,
every
but if you're
single
not going
time.
to do that, don't blast out Durant and Tatum.
I find it interesting, but I agree with Sherrod 1,000%. I agree with everybody in principle. In theory, of course you can hang out with other people. Of course you're allowed to be friends with people from other teams. Of course these guys work out together and play with each other and work out and they have the same trainer. They have the same agent. There's a lot of that. Of course, in this day and age, it's totally different than it was. I'm not taking this angry boomer mentality, blah, blah, blah. We're talking about what Jaylen Brown thinks. We're talking literally about what Jaylen Brown thinks right now. If he's in a good headspace, the Celtics are talking to him and everything is totally fine, then he's probably totally fine. And then really it's not an issue. But how can a bunch of people in this thread and in this chat and in different comments through the course of the season say things like, you guys are so disrespectful to Jaylen, he's going to leave? So you think what we say on this show is going to upset Jaylen Brown to the point that that's going to make him leave Boston? But watching Jayson Tatum shooting baskets with Kevin Durant at the height of these rumors, where you feel disrespected by them right now, is not going to bother him at all? Which is it? Does stuff get to him or does it not? That's really the only issue. If it doesn't, then it's not an issue. But if for whatever reason Jaylen Brown is like, wow, that sucked. Why is that happening? And why are you guys posting pictures of it? Is that, I'm just twisting in the wind here. If he thinks that right now, then it's bad. That's the only thing to it. Otherwise, who gives a crap? They can all hang out with one another. If there's no trade rumors, no one's getting mad about that stuff, and no one's saying it. It's just, it looks weird, and if it sits weird with Jaylen, then you've created a problem for no reason.